Imagine stepping into a storybook. The sun is warm on your skin, the air smells of olive groves and rich earth, and all around you, dotting the rolling green hills, are curious little houses. They look like they were built for gnomes or wizards. These are not your typical Italian villas. They are something much more ancient, much more unique. They are the Trulli of Puglia. These conical-roofed stone huts are a sight to behold. They cluster together in towns or stand alone in fields, their pointy gray hats reaching for the bright blue sky. This is a side of Italy that many travelers miss, but one that is absolutely unforgettable. It's a journey back in time to a place where architecture tells a fascinating story of resilience, ingenuity, and a little bit of magic. Our journey takes us to the Etria Valley, the heartland of Trulli country. This beautiful valley stretches across the Puglia region, a landscape of gentle hills and fertile red soil. Ancient olive trees with their gnarled silvery trunks stand like wise old men in perfectly straight rows. Stone walls built without a speck of mortar snake across the fields, dividing one family's land from another. Vineyards heavy with grapes promise the delicious local wine you'll be sipping later. It's a rustic and peaceful place, a world away from the tourist crowds of Rome or Florence. This is the real, workaday Italy, and it is absolutely captivating in its simplicity and beauty. The Etria Valley is where the Trulli truly thrive. They are everywhere. You'll see them peeking out from behind cypress trees or standing proudly on a hilltop, overlooking the valley below. They start as single, isolated farmhouses in the countryside. Then you see small clusters of 2 or 3. Finally, as you enter a town like Alberobello, you are greeted by a sea of over 1,000 conical roofs. Alberobello, Locorotondo, Cisternino. So, what exactly is a trullo? The word itself in Italian is trullo for one and trulli for more than one. It refers to a traditional dry stone hut with a conical roof. Think of it as a small circular or square-shaped house made entirely of limestone rocks, all stacked together without any cement or mortar. This ancient building technique is what makes them so remarkable. The design is simple but incredibly effective. The thick stone walls keep the inside cool in the scorching summer heat and warm during the mild winters. It's a brilliant example of people using local natural materials to create comfortable, durable homes. It's vernacular architecture at its finest. Most historians believe they date back several centuries. The greatest concentration was built from the 16th to the 19th centuries. Now the interesting part, their construction was tied to taxes. The Kingdom of Naples levied heavy taxes on new permanent settlements. Feudal lords had peasants build with dry stone to avoid those taxes. If a tax inspector came, the houses could be quickly dismantled. The owner would pull out a keystone, and the whole roof would tumble down into a pile of rocks. After the inspector left, families rebuilt just as quickly. Clever and laborious tax avoidance. That's why so many are in the Etria Valley. It was a region under powerful landowners developing land discreetly. This tax evasion story adds rebellious charm to these houses. They're symbols of defiance and cleverness in hard times. Let's get our hands dirty, figuratively, and look at how these amazing structures are put together. The entire process starts with the local stone. The Etria Valley is rich in limestone, easily split into flat, manageable slabs. This is the only material used for the main structure. No rebar, no concrete, no modern binding agents, just stone on stone. The foundation is dug. The base of the trullo begins to take shape. The walls are built incredibly thick, sometimes over 1.5 meters. Not just for stability, a primitive form of insulation. The stone's thermal mass soaks up heat by day and releases it slowly at night. Walls use a double leaf technique, inner wall, outer wall, the gap filled with rubble, making them extremely strong and insulating. Inside a trullo, you can feel it. Even on the hottest August day, the air is cool. The real magic is the roof. This is what makes a trullo a trullo. Conical roof built with dry stone, a self-supporting dome of 2 layers. Inner layer, wedge-shaped stones forming a vaulted ceiling. Outer layer, flat limestone tiles, chiancarelle. Tiles tilted outward so rain runs off and can't seep in. Precision is immense. Each stone must be perfectly placed to share the load. Final stones lock the dome together, a 3D jigsaw where every piece matters. Then a decorative pinnacle tops the roof, often symbolic, the master builder's signature. Pinnacles come as spheres, discs, crosses, or other whimsical shapes. Some say they ward off evil, others say they're the builder's signature. Whatever the reason, they add charm and mystery. Standing back at a finished trullo, you can't help but be impressed. The visual appeal of a trullo is immediate and powerful. It's a study in contrasts. The brilliant white of the walls against the earthy gray of the conical roof. This isn't just an aesthetic choice, it has a practical purpose. The thick layer of whitewash, made from slaked lime, reflects the intense southern sun and helps keep the interior cool. It also has a hygienic function, acting as a natural disinfectant. When you see a whole town of Trulli, like in Alberobello, the effect is honestly just stunning. Bright red geraniums spill out of window boxes, green vines creep up the stone walls, a bright blue door adds a splash of personality, laundry lines flutter in the breeze. It's a living, breathing community, not just an architectural exhibit. The roofs are made of hundreds of overlapping stone slabs, creating a wonderful texture that changes with the light. Many of the roofs also feature mysterious symbols painted on them in white. As you wander through a Trulli village, you'll notice that many of the conical roofs are decorated with symbols painted in white lime. These are not random doodles. Each symbol has a specific meaning, and they offer a fascinating glimpse into the beliefs of the people who lived here. These symbols are a mix of Christian traditions, pagan traditions, primitive traditions, a sun or a moon. These are clear expressions of the community's strong Catholic faith. Many of the symbols are more mysterious: crescent moons, stars, abstract shapes. They might have been intended to bring good fortune, to ensure a bountiful crop, or to protect the family from harm. It reflected their faith, their hopes, and their fears. Local folklore suggests these symbols were a powerful form of protection, meant to ward off the malakio, or the evil eye. When you ask locals about a specific symbol, you might get a few different answers. This ambiguity is part of the charm. It allows you to imagine the stories behind these enigmatic markings. They are a silent language, whispering stories of the past to those who are willing to listen. What is it like to actually live inside one of these fairy tale houses? Well, it's cozy. The traditional Trullo is quite small, often consisting of just one main room with additional alcoves built into the thick walls for sleeping or storage. A family would cook and sleep together in this central space. The fireplace was the heart of the home. You can still see the smoke-blackened stones in the ceilings of many old Trulli. Life was simple, and everything had its place. The walls curve upwards into the beautiful conical ceiling. Looking up at the intricate spiral of stones is mesmerizing. There are typically few windows, and they are small, intentional to keep the house cool. Bright, whitewashed interior walls help make the space feel larger and less enclosed. Modern life has brought changes. Many Trulli have been expanded and updated, joined together to create larger homes. A modern kitchen and bathroom might be added in a discreet extension, wiring and plumbing hidden to preserve the look. Many have also been converted into delightful accommodations. Staying in a Trullo is a fantastic way to experience this unique lifestyle. You get the historic charm, but with the comforts of the 21st century. It's the best of both worlds. It's a sense of peace, of history, and of being truly at home. While you can find Trulli scattered all over the Etria Valley, the town of Alberobello is the undisputed capital. This is where you will find the largest and best preserved concentration of these unique homes. The town was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1996. Alberobello is divided into two main Trulli districts, Rione Monti and Rione Aia Piccola. The Rione Monti is a labyrinth of winding streets. Rione Aia Piccola is quieter and largely residential. There are over 1,000 Trulli packed into these neighborhoods, an incredible sight. Many Trulli have been converted into souvenir shops, artisan workshops, cafes, and tiny restaurants. You can climb to the top of a converted Trullo for a fantastic panoramic view of all the conical roofs. For a more authentic experience, cross into Rione Aia Piccola. Quieter lanes, laundry lines, cats, and everyday life. There's the Trullo Sovrano, the only two-story Trullo, now a small museum furnished as it would have been in the 19th century. And the Church of St. Anthony, a modern church built in the style of a giant Trullo. Alberobello is a living, breathing testament to a unique cultural tradition. Reading about the Trulli and seeing them in pictures is one thing, but standing among them is different, touching the cool stones, stepping inside a Trullo. This is a trip that engages all your senses, feeling the warmth of the sun, tasting the local olive oil and wine, hearing Italian spoken in the streets, the quiet hum of the countryside, the buzz of bees, soft wind. This kind of travel creates lasting memories. A journey back in time, enduring the changing tides of history. They remind us of a simpler way of life, built to last. Slow down and disconnect from the noise. Appreciate things that are simple and handmade. Spend a night in a Trullo and wake up in a fairy tale. It's an experience you will never forget. A little slice of magic, waiting to be discovered. Happy travels. Thank you for joining this journey to Puglia's Trulli.